Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic of World Bank report gender pay gap. So recently a report has been given by the World Bank which talks about the gender pay gap. And when we talk about the gender pay gap in very simple terms, it means what is the difference between the payments which the males and the females receive on an average. So it has been said that males the males receive much more payment as compared to the female. So why is there a gap between the payment or the remuneration received by males and females? So let us look into it. First of all, about the points of discussion, first we'll be looking at the news, then how is gender pay gap calculated, then about gender pay gap, what major points we can take out from it, and in the end prelims practice question. Very important topic, because this can be a part of GS paper 1, that is society, then GS paper 3, then it can be a part of ethics also, and very important for essay also. So wherever the topic of women comes, so this discussion or this topic will be very helpful for you. So the news talks about World Bank report says women earn 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. What is the gender pay gap? Now what is the gender pay gap? As I just said to you, between one there is male, there is female. If a male is earning 100 cents, which is equivalent to $1, then female is earning 77 cents. It means that male are earning more than female. Now why is it so? So let's see this, and before going into it, on the occasion of Holi, Drishti IAS has come up with a special discount for you all. So on the IAS GS Foundation course, that is live online, prelims plus mains in both English and Hindi medium, Drishti is offering 40% discount, and this will be valid from 21st to 24th of March, and the EMI facility is also available on discounted course price. So you can download the Drishti learning app, or you can also go on the link which is given in the description box, or you can call on the number also. So celebrate the Holi with Drishti. Now let's begin. So the World Bank Group report, it talks about that globally women earn just 77 cents for every dollar paid to men. So the World Bank report is saying that as compared to men, women are earning less, and this is a perfect example of the gender pay gap, that the one gender is getting more remuneration as compared to the other gender. And on daily basis also you will see and you will hear a lot that even in talk to any of your female friends who are working, that whether they are receiving the same payment in their offices on the same position that they are as their male counterparts are. Many a times we see that even on the same positions, males are paid much more than what females are paid. So that is what is called the gender pay gap. And the World Bank report is also talking about that males are paid much more than females, that women earning less than men on average. According to the International Labour Organization, that is ILO, the ILO terms the gender pay gap as a measurable indicator of inequality between women and men. So according to the ILO, gender pay gap is considered to be a miserable indicator. It means that it is a bad indicator, and it shows that inequality is there. Inequality is there when it comes to workspace between male and female. So This topic becomes important because there are two international organizations which are involved in it and are talking about this gender pay gap. First is the World Bank and second is the International Labour Organization, and two of these organizations are considered to be authentic, credible, so whatever data they give, you can quote it in your mains answer writing. Then comes the topic of how is gender pay gap calculated. So according to the International Labour Organization, the gender pay gap is defined as the gap between the average wage level of all women and all men working in the labor market for a monthly salary, hourly or daily wage. Now this is talking about average wage of all women and all men. It means it is not talking about a single man or a male or female at a single position. It is talking about taking all females and all males and then talking about the average of it. And when the ILO is talking about the average, it is with regard to the monthly salary, hourly salary or daily wages. It means that they are talking about the people who are employed. Here you have to be very careful that ILO is not talking about a single position or with regard to single or two or three individuals. It is talking very clearly that GPG is defined as the gap between the average wage. It means that taking, like for example, if there are 5 million males and 5 million females, then the remuneration of these 5 million males and the remuneration of these 5 million females, and then taking out the average of it. And when we take out the average of everything, what we get on that basis, if we will see, then males are paid more than the females. This is what the ILO is talking about. It is the difference between the average wage levels of all working women and men. And one of the reasons can also be with regard to the positions that males and females work. If we will see on an average or on daily basis also, we will find it in our day-to-day life and on the places where we work, that when it is about the management level or when it is about the leadership skills or the leadership roles, then many a times we will find that women are not preferred there, or women are very less in numbers there, and these are the positions which are majorly held by the males. While on the other part also, if you will see that the high paying jobs as of now in the society, like for example you can say the engineers you can say, or you can talk about the computer science things, or you can talk about the field jobs, there also you will find the male dominance. While on the other hand, if you will see that the jobs which are comparatively little less paid are where the female dominance can be seen. So these are the things which actually creates the pay parity, and also with regard to the male and the female, the gap which was supposed to be small is now widening, because if we will take the average, then the average will also be much more for males because they are at the higher paying position and also they are at the higher position in the hierarchy also. Distinct from the concept of equal pay for equal work, because ILO is not talking about the concept of equal pay for equal work. It is saying that on an average also, if we will see, then males are much more and males are very highly paid as compared to the females on an average also, if we will take out. But equal pay for equal work means that if there are two individuals, like for the example, if there are two HR heads in a company, one is male and one is female, so they should be paid equally. This is what the concept of equal pay for equal work means. But ILO is saying, and ILO is actually talking about in a broader sense, because in a broader sense it is covering a large section of society. Then there is no one agreed upon method to calculate this gap because every organization covers it with their own methods. With regard to the Pew Research Institute, women earned 84% of what men earned in the United States of America. So even in the biggest economy of our time, even in United States of America, women are paid less than men. US Bureau of Labor Statistics, it talks about that women earned 81 cents to the dollar. So according to both Pew Research and US Bureau of Labor Statistics, females are earning less than males. Now, gender pay gap, what does it mean? So women are not involved in paying jobs as much as men are. As I just gave you example that the high paying job or the leadership jobs or the management posts are majorly held by the males. Very rarely you will see females there. While on the shop floor level you will find a lot of females. Then the labor force participation rates give an idea about this. And if we talk about with regard to India, then it is very clear because the labor force participation, you can say that the female labor force participation has always been in our country between the range of 18 to 25, even though now it is increasing. But the difference is that the urban female labor force participation is less as compared to the rural labor force participation. And rural labor force participation in India in itself is a very big problem. With regard to agriculture, this raises the problem of disguised unemployment. It means that even though there are two people needed for that job, but in a family of five, all five are employed in that job. So that is also a problem. And in rural sector, females are very much active with regard to their involvement in agriculture. Then according to the International Labour Organization, current global labor force participation rate for women is under 47%. For men it is 72%. So female is 47% and male is 72%. If we talk about from India's perspective and going by the official data, that is 2011 census, so the workforce participation rate for women is 25.51% and for male is 53.26%. Now for male it has increased way higher, and for females it has not increased much because it is still running in the same bracket. Then the International Labour Organization Women in Business and Management report, it talks about far fewer women than men are in management and leadership positions. This is a very true fact. And 73 countries which are based on 2018 data, women outnumber men as part-time workers. Now this is an important point where you can focus on. Part-time workers, women are large in numbers because a reason can be that they are not able to find full-time job, while there can be other reasons also that they do not have that much of time to give to office. Like for example, they are not comfortable or they do not have the time, or they are not able to find time because of other family responsibility or some other type of responsibility, that they can give 8.5 to or 9 to 9.5 hours a day to the office. So that can be a very big reason that the females are very high in the part-time job as compared to the full-time job. And if we talk about the formal sector, so in the formal sector, the number of females goes way down, because if we will see that the involvement or the participation of women in labor force goes a very high number in agriculture, then it goes in construction work, and then at the shop floor level or the contractual work. But the full time or the formal employment is very less. Now let us talk about few of the points which are important to talk about. When women reach their mid 30s and 40s, it is found that their earnings dip compared with men in the same position and profession. So if we talk about female, then their career graph with age does not go like this. It goes at a way like this, because when they reach their mid 30s or 40s, there are points that they are getting married, they are becoming mothers, they are taking maternity leave, or their family responsibilities are increasing. So their earnings at a certain age do not go above it, because then females, there are high chances that they are not taking promotions, they are not showing their interest into the office at the scale which is required, while as compared to the other side, the males, when they reach their mid 30s or 40s, they almost reach their peak of their careers. Then there is an interesting data which talks about that women who do not get married earn 95 cents or even more for every dollar a man makes. So a female who's not getting married is earning more than the female who's getting married. And this is known as the motherhood penalty. And this is known as the motherhood penalty. It means that women are unfairly published in terms of their career growth when they take breaks to have and care for children. It means motherhood penalty means that if a female is married and she is becoming mother, then she is facing a problem and the career takes a back seat and the other family responsibilities takes a front seat. And many a times we have seen that women who go out of the job after becoming mother, you can say more than 50% women do not return back to the job. Then it would take several decades for this gap to close, because this gap to close needs other, you can say, the social security benefits, like for example the maternity leaves or the paternity leaves, flexibility in work, because these things, or the crèche facility at the workplace, because these things will help women to come back to their office as early as possible. Now in the end, a prelims practice question, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. Which of the following gives global gender gap index ranking to the countries of the world? This is index and it is a PYQ of the year 2017. World Economic Forum, UN, Human Rights Council, UN Women, or World Health Organization. So give me the answer in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.